What's up, YouTube? I hope each and every one of you guys are healthy and enjoying life today. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the 2024 Nissan Rogue SV. Huge thank you to David Wright over at Safford Nissan of Fairfax, Virginia for allowing me to do this video for you guys today. If you are interested in this particular Rogue or any Nissan product, then I'll be sure to have David's information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. All right, well, just like usual, first I'm going to talk about the exterior and the performance. So like I said, this is a 2024 Nissan Rogue SV, and this particular one has been painted in brilliant silver metallic. I wanted to preface this video by saying for 2024, Nissan refreshed the exterior of the Rogue with an updated front grille, new wheels, and a better looking rear bumper. But this one being the SV, as standard, you get LED headlights with high beam assist, as well as LED daytime running lights and standard turn signals. You also get the split light design with the daytime running lights and the turn signals on top, split by that body color bumper piece with your headlights below. And then taking a step to the left, this is what the front end of the refreshed Rogue looks like. So you get a mix of gloss black and chrome for your front grille with your Nissan logo located at the center. And then coming down, you also get a satin black lower grille with satin black outer grille venting both here and here. And I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see the daylight peeking through the other end, and that's basically so you can redirect some air around the outside of the vehicle, making it a little bit more aerodynamic, which hopefully in turn leads to better fuel economy. I also wanted to mention with the SV, you get 8.2 inches of ground clearance. And then as mentioned, you get that satin black lower grille, which leads into your satin black wheel arch moldings. And then these are the refreshed wheels for the 2024 Rogue. And they are 18-inch gray with machine accent wheels wrapped in 235/60 Dunlop Grand Trek PT21 all-season tires. I'll give you a view of the tread pattern on these tires here as best that I can. And then this one's been optioned with the $250 splash guards, which can be found behind all four of your wheels and tires. And then coming up to my side view mirrors, you get body color mirror caps, and as standard, these side view mirrors are heated, manual folding, and you will find your blind spot monitoring on the upper left hand side of your driver's side mirror and on the upper right hand side of your passenger side mirror. And then you may notice that you get this satin black A-pillar here, and with the $2,100 premium package, you get these silver roof rails, which match nicely to the brilliant silver paint. However, let's say you get the exterior paint in blue, you're still going to have those silver roof rails with the premium package. And then you get some chrome window trim at the top of the windows with some satin black window trim at the bottom of the windows. Then you get body color door handles with keyless access. Just keep in mind though, the keyless access function is only on your front two door handles. The rear two door handles do not get that keyless access function. And then coming to the bottom of all of your passenger doors, you get that satin black door cladding. And then coming around back, you get a body color shark fin antenna as well as a body color roof spoiler with your integrated third brake light. You also get a rear window defroster, a rear wiper, and LED taillights come standard on the SV. And then here is a rear 3/4 shot of the Rogue SV, and taking a step to the right, here's a little booty shot. You get your gray badging with the Nissan, the Rogue, and the SV all-wheel drive badging, and then underneath your G right here, you will find your standard backup camera. Also, as standard with the Rogue, you get a height adjustable power liftgate, and all you got to do to open up the power liftgate is make sure the vehicle is unlocked, put your hand in there, press on the pad, and the liftgate will open up. And then you get quite a bit of storage space here in the trunk area if the Rogue, if you ask me. So one option that this vehicle has here in the trunk area, or I guess it's one option, but it comes with multiple things, is the $445 floor mats, cargo mat, seat back protector, and the first aid kit. So you get the floor mats here. They get the white Rogue script on them. Then you get the cargo tray, which is basically a floor mat for the cargo area. This is the seat back protector. You basically mount it to the backs of the seats, and it's like a floor mat on the back of the seat. And then you also get the first aid kit right here. Now on both sides of the trunk, you get storage cubbies down in there. This one's probably about 4 inches deep. Same thing on this side, except this storage cubby is just a little bit larger than the one on the driver's side. And if you lift up on this piece right here, that is where you will find your spare tire. And then you can also fold flat these second row seats, and all you would have to do is lift up on that and push forward. and you get an additional about 4 feet of storage space with those second row seats dropped. And you can see with the second row seats up, you get from about here to there, which is probably like 3.5 feet. And then you get an additional like 3.5, 4 feet with those second row seats down. And that's really kind of about it for what we got going on here in the trunk area of the Rogue. Taking a look at the 2 buttons, the one on the left is to close the power lift gate. The one on the right is going to lock the vehicle. So all I'm going to do is close the power lift gate. And then we're going to finish things off here at the back end, starting with the top of your rear bumper, because this one's been optioned with the $180 chrome bumper protector, which is what this thing is right here. So let's say you're grabbing a heavy object out of the trunk and it accidentally drags right here. Well, instead of dragging it on your paint, you're going to drag it on this bumper protector, which is much easier to replace than it would be to, you know, repaint the rear bumper, right? So anyway, coming down just a little bit more, as standard, you get 4 parking sensors back here. You also get a satin black rear valance, which is what this is here, with 2 integrated reflectors. You get a max tow capacity of 1,500 pounds, which is great if you wanted to pull one singular jet ski, a utility trailer, mountain bike, stuff like that. And then you also get a capless filler neck here on the rear side of the passenger side. 87 octane will do you just fine here with this thing. And that's kind of about it for the exterior of the 2024 Rogue. You can see, I would say the rear end of this thing looks a little bit more muscular, for lack of a better word, a little bit more angular, a little bit more like square-ish in a way. That's kind of the best way that I can describe it. But here is just a little walk around of the 2024 Rogue, bringing it all together from the front to the back and on the sides with the new wheels. But with that stuff out of the way, let's move into performance. Popping open that hood reveals the 1.5 liter turbo 3-cylinder that makes 201 horsepower and 225 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to an Xtronic CVT for a 0 to 60 time in 7.8 seconds. And if you were wondering about fuel economy, you can achieve 28 miles per gallon in the city, 35 miles per gallon on the highway, for 31 miles per gallon combined with all-wheel drive. You do have the option of front-wheel drive with the Rogue, but if you wanted all-wheel drive, that is going to cost you an additional $1,500 over front-wheel drive. But if you're enjoying the video so far today, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot reach my goal without your support. So if you're enjoying the video, if you've learned anything thus far, please just take a second to like, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. But with that stuff out of the way, let's move into the interior. Moving on into the interior, as before mentioned, you do get keyless access. So all you have to do is have your key fob in your pocket, walk up to the vehicle, press this button right here, and it will unlock. You can press that very same button again and it will lock back up. Then this is what the key fob looks like. It's mostly satin black, but you do get some silver trim. And going over the functions on the key fob, starting from the top, you have your remote start function, your lock function, your unlock function, your power liftgate function, and your panic function at the bottom. And if you wanted to remote start this, all you have to do is lock it first, press and hold on this button, and it'll fire up. And that is what it sounds like being fired up from the exterior's perspective. But now let's see what the interior of the SV with the SV Premium package has to offer. So being optioned with the $2,100 SV Premium package gives you the Primatex charcoal leatherette seats. Also included in that package are your heated front seats. I'll get into that in a second because we are going to start with the door panel. So up top here, you get some vinyl wrapping. This whole area right here is all that leatherette. You get a nicely padded armrest, some accent colored stitching, your unlock and your lock functions. These are your power side view mirror controls. You get an automatic up and down driver window. None of the other windows are automatic up or down. This button is going to restrict your passenger window privileges. Then you get a little bit of miscellaneous storage space down here, as well as a speaker. Now this is what your front seats look like. You do get a power driver seat with power lumbar as standard, and with the premium package again you get the leatherette seats as well as the heated front seats. But stepping on into the interior, let's hear what this thing sounds like when you close the door. Now I'm going to press this button right here and we're going to gain full access into everything. And that is what it sounds like when you get into this thing. So all I'm going to do is lock it, and now I'm going to walk you throughout the entire interior, starting with this button right here. So as standard with the SV, you do get Pro Pilot Assist, which includes the steering assistant and adaptive cruise control. So this is going to turn your steering assist on or off. Basically, steering assist is with the adaptive cruise control. It will steer for you a little bit. So that is what that button does. And then coming down here just a little bit, this is to brighten and or dim your gauge cluster as well as your backlit buttons. This is going to turn your auto stop start system on or off. And if you press and hold on that button, that is going to open and or close your power lift gate. Coming to here, if you flip that down, that gives you access into your manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel, meaning you can bring the steering wheel towards you, you can push the steering wheel away from you, and it also moves up and down until you find your comfortable position and you lock it back into place. But now let's take a listen to the turn signal. That is what the turn signal sounds like on the Rogue. And not only is this your turn signal control stock, this is also your headlight control stock. So right now, that is headlights always on. That is daytime running lights on. It also lets you know there on the screen what you're doing. All the way down is headlights off. And if you flip it all the way up, that is going to put the headlights in the automatic position. And that is the position I would personally leave it in. And then if you click that, that is going to turn your automatic high beams on or off. And then zooming back out with the $2,100 SV Premium package, you get the leather wrapped steering wheel, and it is also heated with that package. And just like any other vehicle, you have your horn at the center. So let's take a listen to it. That is what the horn sounds like on the Rogue. By the way, you also do get steering wheel mounted paddle shifters, downshift on the left, upshift on the right. And now walking you throughout the controls on the steering wheel, starting over here, you have your volume controls. Then these are your tuning controls to go forwards on the track, backwards on the track. And then you see that scroll knob, these two buttons as well as that button, all of those are to control your productivity screen located at the center of your gauge cluster. And then coming to this side of the steering wheel, as mentioned, the SV comes standard with Pro Pilot Assist, which includes adaptive cruise control with full speed, range, and hold. So here are your adaptive cruise control settings. These controls like right here, and then this right here is going to bring you into your phone stuff on your infotainment screen, and then that button right there is to speak to the vehicle. This is your windshield wiper control stock, and then the button on the end, or this thing on the end, is to control your rear wiper. Now moving into our gauge cluster, on the left hand side you have your tachometer and your coolant temperature gauge, and on the right hand side you have your speedometer and your fuel gauge. At the center you have a productivity screen. I couldn't find the size of the productivity screen, but it is digital. And up top here you have the time, you have the temperature, this is configurable, and then down here you have your transmission status stuff, you have your fuel range, your drive mode, and then over there is your odometer. Now, if you wanted to navigate throughout that screen, again, you have these controls right here. So if I click to the left, it's going to bring me all the way to my home screen. So that's where I want to start. I want to start in the home screen. So right here on the home screen, you can see I have my digital speedometer readout as well as my audio stuff. Now, if I swipe down here, it's basically a calm screen. Now, if I click to the right, then you have this screen, which you can see you have your speed, average speed, I guess, and etc. If you click down one, you get your drive computer. Then you have your fuel economy stuff. And if I click to the right, you get your tire pressure stuff, auto stop start stuff, intelligent four-wheel drive stuff, which is your all-wheel drive system. And then you have your turbo PSI stuff. So basically, like, the more you get on it, the more it's going to use the power, and then the less you get on it, the more eco-friendly it's going to be, right? So clicking over to the right, then you get your audio stuff. You have your basically Pro Pilot stuff. These are like all of your different standard or safety features. So you get your forward collision warning, your blind spot monitor, and your lane keeping system. And then if you click down one, you get some more driver assistance stuff. And then if you click to the right, it's going to bring you into your settings screen. So click OK to go into your settings. And then VDC setting is basically for your traction control system on or off. By the way, this is also used as a back button. Then you can go into your driver assistance stuff. You can see all of these different driver assistance features here. And then clicking back, here are all of your different settings. When I first got into this vehicle, the power lift gate would not work. And that is because you have to go into your settings screen. You would go into like vehicle settings right here, click on that, and then the power back door was actually turned off. So I just had to come in here, click on that, and turn the power lift gate on, and then it started working again. Then you can go in between your different lighting settings here, your locking settings. You have a ton of different settings you can go throughout here. So very configurable, very easy to use. But personally for me, the only screen that I like to keep it on at all times is the digital speedometer readout screen, which is what this is here. And then if you click on this button, it brings you into your shortcut menu. You can see your audio source or your driver assistant stuff. So back out of that, that's kind of about it for our gauge cluster. Now moving over to here, for 2024 on the SL and the Platinum, there's now a 12.3-inch infotainment screen. This one being the SV, you only get the 8-inch infotainment system with wired Apple CarPlay and wired Android Auto connectivity. So this is what the screen looks like, 8-inch screen. We're gonna go into our home screen. So if I click there, this is what the home screen looks like. You can see your Bluetooth audio stuff, how much signal my phone has, the current time, and if you click to the left, it will bring you into this screen. You can customize the home menu. You also get a clock. Now if I click 2 to the right, you can see all of your different audio sources. And then down here, you have your different shortcuts throughout the screen to bring you into your phone stuff, your audio stuff, your different Bluetooth connections. You can go into your information stuff like these things here. Then all the way over to the right, you have your different settings. So here's one setting screen. Click to the right, there is the second setting screen. And then just below that screen, or on the outsides of the screen, you have your volume control knob and your tuning control knob. If you wanted to adjust like your balance, your fader, your mid, all you have to do is click and hold on the tuning control knob and it will pop up your bass stuff. It's gonna pop up your middle stuff and your treble, as well as your balance and your fader. So that is what you can do with that button. And obviously if you press on that, that is going to mute the audio system. Then down here, you have all of your physical shortcut buttons. If you click on that, that's gonna put you into your night mode. You click on that again, it's gonna put you into your auto mode. Auto mode's gonna adjust the brightness of this automatically, obviously. Then you have your forwards and backwards on a track. That's gonna pop you into your audio stuff. That is your home button. That's going to pop you into your phone thing on your infotainment system. And then if you click on the camera button, it's going to bring you into this. You can turn your predictive course lines on, or you can go into your display settings, adjust the contrast, the brightness, all of these different things here on screen you can read now. But I wanted to show you what the predictive course lines are. So if you go into reverse, you can see when I turn the wheel, that's your predictive course line, the orange thing right there. So anyways, that is about it for that. And if you come down a little bit, you get 2 HVAC vents. You have your hazard button at the center. As standard with this thing, you get a dual zone automatic climate control system. And this is what the climate control system looks like when it is on. You get your temperature controls, fan speed, and it lets you know the direction of which the air is blowing. And then you get your on off button there. And I wanted to mention, again, with the SV Premium package, you get the heated front seats and the heated steering wheel. Heated front seats get 3 levels of adjustability. The heated steering wheel gets 1 level of adjustability, and that is the heated seat function for the front passenger. And then down in here, you get your push button start button, 2 USB-C ports, and a 12-volt power outlet. You also get a spot you can set your phone down in there, which on higher trim levels, that is your wireless charging pad. And then this is your transmission selector. So if you wanted to go into manual mode first, you got to go into drive. You pull back one more time, and then that's going to put you into manual mode. You can control the CVT with these steering wheel mounted paddle shifters, and then you push P to go into park. You get 2 cup holders here. If you pull up on this, that is going to engage your parking brake. It lights up in red when the parking brake is engaged. And if you wanted to disengage the parking brake, you'd push your foot on the brake, push against that, and the parking brake will disengage. Then right here, this is your auto hold function. If you're tired of holding your foot down on your brake in traffic, you put that function on and the vehicle will hold you in place by itself with its braking system. And if you wanted to go forward again, all you would have to do is hit the accelerator and the vehicle will begin to move forward again. Very nice feature there. And then coming back a little bit more, you have your drive mode selector here. So right now we are in auto mode. If I twist all the way to the left, that's going to put me into my off-road mode. Then I got my snow mode. Then I got my auto mode. Then I got my eco mode and my sport mode. So you can see basically it's showing you exactly when I'm twisting, it's showing you which mode I'm going to there on that screen. I'm going to leave it in auto mode here for now. But coming back just a little bit more, you get this nicely padded armrest with some accent colored stitching. And if you open this thing up, it opens up on both sides. No connectivity down in there, but right here you could probably set some business cards or like a Purell hand sanitizer thing for, you know, size reference. And then you get a little bit of storage space down in here. You can set what you need to, just be mindful of what you set in here because you really don't have all that much storage space. But I'd say that's probably about like 10 inches deep. Closing that back up. Then down here, You get some pass-through storage space to the passenger side. You could probably set like a small purse or something like that down in here, along with maybe some gloves, tissues, etc. This is what the passenger side looks like. And if we come to here, you do not get a lockable glove box, but opening up your glove box, that's actually a very nicely sized glove box considering the size of this SUV. And if you close that back up and we come up to here, this one's been optioned with the $400 frameless rear view mirror with the universal home remote. The universal home remote is your universal garage door opener. You can open up 3 garage bays with these buttons here. That is what the mirror looks like, nice and fancy looking. Then it lets you know if your passenger airbag is on or off up top here. You get a spot you could set your sunglasses. Driver and passenger both get halogen reading lights. This is your instant dome light on button to turn on all the interior dome lights. And then you can see this button right here. Basically, when I open up the doors right now, the interior lights are not going to turn on. However, if I push that again and this button becomes flush, now when I open up the door, the interior lights will turn on. So I'm going to lock that back up. And then I'm going to come up to here. You get your SOS button. And then to the right of that, with the SV Premium package, you do get the panoramic sunroof. So this is for your sunroof shade. The shade is going to open up, as you may be able to tell right here. It will go all the way to the back. And then if you pull back on this, this is going to pop open the sunroof. You can see the sunroof slides. Let's see if the sunroof will tilt. This is the ultimate test. Is the sunroof going to tilt? I don't think it will, but we can try it. Okay, it does tilt. Okay, that is definitely nice. You get a tilting and sliding sunroof. Again, SOS button, kind of like roadside assistance. And then when you open this thing up, you get a vanity mirror and a vanity light and a spot you could set any small little paper product. And then let's see, do these visors slide forwards and backwards? Yes, they do. That is definitely nice. I'm gonna close the shade back up. Driver gets a no poop handle. The front passenger also gets an no poop handle, and that's kind of about it for what we got going on here in these front seats. So I did want to say that the seats themselves are nice and comfortable. I will say, definitely could do a road trip with these front seats. But now I'm going to throw the entire window sticker on screen. You can take a look at the options that this vehicle has. I would suggest taking a look at the safety stuff because this thing's got a ton of safety features as standard, so take a look at that. But I'm just going to highlight the MSRP. So the MSRP of the way that this particular 2024 Rogue SV is spec'd is $36,375. I would say that this thing has gone up a decent amount since my family used to get Rogues. We used to get the SV with the SV Premium package, and I believe they used to be like $29,000 back in like 2019. So in the course of about 5 years, they've gone up about $6,000, just like everything else it seems like. But I will say one thing about this new Rogue, being the SV with the SV Premium package, is that you get that panoramic roof up top there. But if it were me, I would say ditch the panoramic roof and give me the 360-degree view camera system back. On the 2019 Rogue SVs with the SV Premium package, you used to get the 360-degree view camera system and you did not get the panoramic roof. I think the 360 cam is what I would rather have. You can let me know your opinion on that in the comments down below. But I do want to show you what we got going on here in the rear seats before moving into the driving portion of the video. So, with the SV Premium package, you do get the second row sunshades. So if you pull up on this, you get the peasant blockers here, and then closing that back up. Again, you do not get automatic up or down windows back here, and that is as far as the windows will go down. And if you roll it back up, there you go. Nicely padded armrest, a little bit of storage space down there, or you could use it as a cup holder. You also get a speaker. These are what your second row seats look like. Stepping on into these second row seats, you get 2 cup holders right here, a nicely padded armrest, and stepping on in, up top here, you get an OPU panel, a spot you could set your dry cleaning, and with the SV Premium package, you get these individual lights back here, so you get one there. You get the same thing on that side as well. Same OPU panel and spot you could set your dry cleaning. And then you do not get a seat back pocket behind the driver's seat. However, you do get a seat back pocket behind the passenger seat. You also get 2 HVAC vents, 2 USB-C ports. And when it comes to knee and legroom, I've got a ton of knee and legroom. Here's another view of my knee and legroom. And when it comes to headroom, I've got a ton of headroom left over as well. Now, let's see, can we recline these seats at all? Yes, we can. So now I get a little bit of recline to these seats. I could do a road trip in this thing and be very comfortable here in these rear seats. You know, these rear seats are also very comfortable in and of themselves. But, you know, we've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, and now we've talked about what's going on here in the interior. So I want to see what this thing's like to drive, as I'm assuming you guys do as well. So I'll see you guys in the driver's seat. All right, now on to the driving portion of the video. Take a listen. Honestly, it's like decently quick and it doesn't sound too bad. It almost sounds like dare I say, a baby GTR. It kind of has that sound. Listen. It's got that like just V6 sound almost to it in a way. It's kind of cool. And the power is actually not too bad. I'm actually kind of surprised because my here. You wind it up in the RPMs a little bit and it really starts to get up and go. But I will say, my mom had a couple Rogues. They were both the 4-cylinder. We never had the turbo 3-cylinder. And I will say that this feels quicker than her 4-cylinder did. The 4-cylinder was pretty bad. Like, it was pretty darn slow, like almost like unbearably slow. And you know, day to day, I don't know how this one would feel, but I do know that this one's got an additional, I believe it's like 20 or 30 horsepower over what the my mom's like 2019 Rogue had, and it's noticeable. And I will say, like, honestly, it doesn't feel like crazy slow. Like, this has like daily drivable power, which is nice. And I'll try to give you an acceleration of what that is like here now, just a regular something. And you can hear the turbo spool. That's kind of cool. That's one thing I do like about these new turbo engines, is hearing the turbo spool up, because I don't know, I just like listening to that kind of stuff. You know, it's kind of cool for me. But I'm actually like kind of surprised at how quick this feels. You know, I've driven a few Rogues before, but I don't remember them feeling like this kind of quick. I mean, don't get me wrong, this thing is not quick, but it feels quicker than I remember. And I will say that, and it's definitely daily drivable power. And the one thing that's, you know, good about the Rogues, or I guess, you know, now these things are getting kind of expensive. You know, what's it, $36,000? That's pretty expensive, you know, comparing this to, you know, the Honda CR-V, for example, the Mazda CX-5. The CR-V is slow as heck too. But the Mazda CX-5, you know, for 39 grand, I did a video with the carbon turbo, or I believe, yeah, I think it was the carbon, I don't know, it was like the carbon turbo, I believe it was what it was. It was 39 grand. But that one, you know, that thing's very quick. And, you know, it's kind of got the fun driving experience of a Mazda because it's got that lineage with the Miata. So for 3 grand more, I think that one also may have had the Bose sound system, if I remember correctly, too. So for an additional 3 grand, you can get something that's quicker than this. You can get something that's got a better sound system than this. So I believe that Nissan needs to bring the prices down to these a little bit, in my personal opinion. No, I think this is all day long about a $32,000 car. No problem. I would have no problem paying 32 grand for this. 36, you're pushing it a little bit. I think at 32, I think that's more of a fair price. You know, because don't get me wrong, this is actually really nice. You know, you get the leather wrapped wheel, it's heated, you get the heated front seats, you get the panoramic roof. But if you're going to charge Nissan, if you're going to charge $36,000 and some change, you need to add the 360 camera to this. Ditch the pano roof, give us the 360 camera system, or add the 360 degree view camera system to the SV premium package. I know the reason that they don't do it is because if they're going to give you the 360 camera with the SV, what's the point of getting a nicer trim level? Which I can understand, you know what I'm saying? But it's just a little bit expensive in my opinion. So it is really nice, and it would make for a great daily driver, but it needs to be about $4,000 less in my personal opinion, which I think you can pick these up for around what I'm saying. So even though the MSRP is here, you're not going to pay here when you walk out the door. So I love how it has so many standard safety features like the adaptive cruise control, the blind spot monitoring, etc. This is a very safe vehicle, and it's got a bunch of safety aids as standard, which is awesome. and it drives great. You know what I mean? It would make for a great daily driver. I know people talk crap about Nissan CVTs. However, if you maintain them, they're not bad. But, you know, 90% of the people who drive these things, they don't maintain them. So what do you expect? If you don't maintain something, you know, it's not going to last. So that's my take on the 2024 Rogue SV. You can let me know your opinions on this in the comments down below, but that's it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot reach my goal without your support. So if you enjoyed the video, if you learned anything from the video, please just take a second to like, comment, and subscribe. Those things help me get one step closer to my dreams each and every day, so I'd appreciate it if you do those 3 things. But again, that is it for today's video. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.